Hi again, everyone. This is Ms. Mayorga with part 2 of lesson 19. Let's go ahead and get going. Lesson 19, bubble 7, activity A, debug is touching. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so in this one, we're going to see what's going on. We need to fix the situation here. So the bunny sprite should change to a new animation when it touches the sun sprite. Figure out why the bunny doesn't react to the collision. Do this, modify the code so that the collision is detected within the draw loop. Hint, hint, within the draw loop. So let's run the program, see what's going on. We've got our sun, it touches the bunny, but nothing happens, right? The bunny is supposed to change animations when it does happen. So let's take a look at the code. Which line of code here is detecting a collision? Which line of code is being used to detect a collision? Hopefully you said line 5, the if statement, right? So the if statement is right here, checking a collision. If the sun is touching the bunny, then change the animation. So the code there seems to be correct, but it's in the wrong location. Right now, this if statement is outside of the loop. So what's happening is that the computer is running this code outside of the loop one time. So it's checking for this collision at the beginning of the program, but at the beginning, the bunny isn't touching the sun, or the sun isn't touching the bunny. So nothing happens. But we want the computer to check for this condition over and over and over. So that block actually needs to move inside of our draw loop right there. That way the computer keeps checking, is the sun touching the bunny? Is the sun touching the bunny? Sorry, again, I'm outside, so there are going to be cars driving by, but hopefully it doesn't get too loud. And we're almost done. So again, we're bringing that into our draw loop. I do want to point out this specific bubble is going to be super helpful for when you do the next bubble, bubble 8, right? So in bubble 8, you'll be coding something very similar, where you're going to check if two things are touching, and then you're going to change the animation. So take a look at how they're doing it here. If the sun is touching the bunny, change the animation of the bunny to a different file, right? They're not creating a new sprite. They did not use this block here. That's not in here. That's a different box. So don't use that. All they're using is the set animation block. They're changing the animation of a sprite that already exists, okay? So just keep that in mind when we get to bubble 8. So now let's run the program again, and we should see that the bunny changes from a sad face to a happy face. I will say the sun looks a little mean here. Some of my students changed the sun animation because it looks a little mean. So if you want to change the animation of the sun, go for it. But as long as the bunny is going from sad to happy, then you're good. One more time. Sad bunny, happy bunny. Okay. Finish. Activity B. Circle colliders. All right, circle colliders. These coins are supposed to stop when they touch, but the colliders are the wrong shape. Change the collider of each coin to a circle. Use set collider block to change the collider of each sprite to a circle. Okay, run the program. Right now you see that there are rectangles. Well, they're squares, but they're rectangles. And so when the rectangle, the green rectangle touches, that's when the computer is detecting a collision. But obviously the coins aren't actually touching. But we can change that by changing the shape of the boundary, the shape of the collider. So to do that, we're going to go into our blocks. We're going to go into the sprite drawer. Look for the block that says sprite.setColliderType. Grab one of those. Drop it underneath line 5 where it says change coin 1 collider here. And we are looking at coin 1, so let's go ahead and change the name, coin 1. And click the little arrow, the drop-down menu, and select circle, right? So originally the default is rectangle, but sometimes you have circular objects, so you want a circle collider. Now we need to do the same thing for coin 2. So go ahead and grab another set collider block, drag it under line 13 now, that comment right there. And we're going to change the name, coin 2, change the shape from rectangle to circle. And now you should see when you run your program that the outline or the boundaries, the colliders, are going to be circles. And the coins will be allowed to touch. There we go. All right, so you can keep that in mind for the future. Finish, continue. Last bubble, again, for this last level, I'm not going to show you how to do it completely. I will get you started. I'll read the instructions and I will refer you back to activity 7A because you should be able to show that you understand how to use what you learned in this lesson. So rainbow horse. When the, oh, sorry, I think I have a block here that I did not take out. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. Here's our situation. So when the rainbow touches the horse should turn into a unicorn. Do this. Add code that changes the horse sprite's appearance, the animation, into a unicorn when the rainbow touches it. All right, so we need to do a couple things here. We need to check for something. We need to check a condition. And if that is true, then we have a response. The horse's appearance or the horse's animation changes. So to start you off, you will need an if statement. If. So what condition do we need to check here? Read the instructions. When the rainbow touches the horse. So if the rainbow is touching the horse, right, what block do you need? What block says that? Put that right in there. So if the rainbow touches the horse, then change the animation or change the appearance, change the animation of the horse sprite. Which block has to do with setting the animation? Hint, hint, I'm kind of saying it as I'm giving you the instructions. Which block has to do with animations? All right, hopefully you picked the correct block. Remember, you're not creating a new sprite, so you should not be using this block here. No. You are only changing the animation of a sprite that already exists, right? If you get stuck, go back to activity 7A, bubble 7, activity A, and look at that if statement that they used to change the bunny, right? They changed the bunny from sad to happy. You're pretty much doing the same thing here, but instead of a bunny, you have a horse that's changing from a horse to a unicorn, okay? Hopefully that helps and that makes sense and you're able to figure this out. If you have any questions, just like always, you can send me a message on Schoology or ask me in class. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.